Hey there, Chris McCarthy here with Brand Identified, and today I'm going to walk you through an AI business integration framework to help you define and build out a go-to-market strategy. You can use this 6-step framework to build a high-converting go-to-market strategy that aligns your offers, your audience, and your messaging and your channels. So this is what we're going to cover today. First off, we're going to go over that 6-step AI-powered framework. Then we're going to answer and define the 10 questions that you must answer to define your AI strategy. Then I'm going to show you how to accelerate your strategy using the custom GPT over at BrandOptimizer.ai. Then I'm going to give you a 6-step AI prompt sequence to customize your framework and your strategy for your specific business, also using that BrandOptimizer.ai custom GPT. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to install Brand Growth AIOS system into your business. So let's jump in and get started. The step number 1 here in this AI-powered framework is to define. So start by answering these 10 market readiness questions. Your answers will uncover gaps in clarity, alignment, and execution so that your launch strategy is built on real insight, not just assumptions. So question number 1 here is, who is your ideal customer or your primary audience for this offer? When you define exactly who you're targeting, your messaging, your channels, and your pricing becomes easier to align. Question number 2 is, what problem does your offer solve for that audience? Your offer needs to clearly address a pain point or a challenge that they're already trying to solve. So if it doesn't, they won't pay attention to it. Question number 3 is, how do you currently describe or position your offer to potential customers? Your pitch or your message should make it obvious what your offer is, who it's for, and why it's important. If it's unclear or too general, it won't convert. Question number 4 is, what marketing channels are you currently using to promote this offer? If you're not showing up where your audience already spends their time, you're wasting your time. This helps identify the right places to focus on. Question number 5 is, what's your current plan or past strategy for launching or promoting this offer? Without a clear plan or a timeline, launches tend to be inconsistent or they end up being rushed. This helps identify any gaps or missed opportunities. Question number 6 is, have you tested this offer with real customers or received any feedback yet? Even small amounts of feedback can reveal what's working, what's confusing, and what needs to change before you launch. Question number 7 is, what objections or confusion do you most commonly hear from potential buyers? Understanding where people hesitate helps you adjust your message or your offer so that it's easier to say yes. Question number 8 is, do you currently have any sales or conversion assets built? Assets like landing pages, emails, and lead magnets help move people from interest into action. Without them, you'll lose potential buyers all along the way. Question number 9 here is, what business outcome are you hoping that this launch will achieve in the next 90 days? You need to set a specific target to work towards. That could be revenue, additional leads, or even market validation. This helps shape the rest of your entire strategy. And then finally, question number 10 is, what's the biggest thing that you feel unsure about with this offer or your strategy? This helps pinpoint exactly where you need support or clarity so that we can focus on what's holding you back. So step number 2 of this framework is to align. Clarify your audience, your offer, and your value proposition. This step locks in your strategic foundation. You must know who you're selling to, what you're offering, and why it is important in one cohesive, compelling system. So finalize your ideal customer profile with pain points, objections, and their motivators. Define the exact problem that your offer solves and what results it delivers, and distill your positioning and your differentiators into one clear, benefit-driven sentence. So with this step in the framework and all additional steps in the framework, I've given you an AI prompt to use. Now, more specifically, it's a BrandOptimizer.ai prompt. Now, BrandOptimizer.ai is a custom GPT that I've developed off of the knowledge base at Brand Identified that is based off of working with hundreds of clients over the past 25 years. So I want to make sure that you're dropping this prompt and then all next prompts into BrandOptimizer.ai, not just random ChatGPT or another large language model. So for example, this prompt is, we are a, and you would insert your business type there, that serves, and you would insert your target audience. And then based on these 10 answers, help us align our audience, our offer, and our value proposition into one clear, compelling positioning statement. So you're going to take that prompt and you're going to take those 10 questions and then also the 10 answers to those 10 questions, and you're going to go over to BrandOptimizer.ai, and from here you're going to click on Launch the Custom GPT. This is going to open up ChatGPT, but it's going to open it up into the Custom GPT interface for BrandOptimizer.ai that has access to that brand identified knowledge base. So you're going to add that prompt in right there, this prompt, and all the next prompts coming up. So moving on here in this framework over into step number 3, and that is to map. Outline your channels, your launch path, and your marketing flow. Once the core is locked in, you'll define the best mix of marketing channels and map out your campaign structure from pre-launch buzz into post-launch follow-up. So identify which platform, whether that's email, social, YouTube, paid ads, or etc., match your ideal customer profiles and those habits. Then build in a pre-launch timeline. So that's teasers, interest building, list building, and a wait list. Create a full launch week map. So that's day-by-day outreach, content, and your call to action strategy. And then plan for the follow-up, which is nurture, retargeting, testimonials, and urgency-driven messaging. Now, I've also provided you another BrandOptimizer.ai prompt for step number 3. Now, step number 4 is to message. Develop the full messaging system for your launch content. This is where you craft the headlines, the hooks, the emails, the ads, the calls to action, and they're all tied to your positioning and your value proposition from step 1. Great messaging is what drives great launches. So write your core launch message. This is a one sentence that explains what, who, why, and the results. Build content around your plan, your solution, your proof, and your call to action. Then craft variations for each platform. For example, short form, long form, email, video, and landing pages. And then focus on emotional language that aligns with your audience's stage of awareness. And then as always, for step number 4, I've given you another BrandOptimizer.ai prompt for you to use. So that moves us into step number 5, which is to execute. Launch with clarity, precision, and momentum. This step is all about go time. You've already aligned your offers, you've mapped out your channels, and you developed your messaging. Now it's about disciplined execution, tracking, and adapting in real time. So publish daily content based on the mapped timeline, send coordinated email, social, and ad pushes, engage with responses, comments, and questions to fuel visibility, and track your performance and adjust messaging or offers if your traction starts to begin to lag. And then as always, for step number 5, I've given you another BrandOptimizer.ai prompt to use. And that moves us into the final step number 6, and that is to optimize. So analyze, adapt, and set up your long-term marketing rhythm. Once the launch week ends, the strategy isn't over. This final step reviews what worked, what needs to be adjusted, and how to evolve into a long-term inbound or sales-driven model. So evaluate your open rates, your clicks, your conversions, and your sales versus the projections. Review what content or messaging resonated the most with the buyers. Build a 30-day post-launch nurture plan to regain attention and drive upsells, and then decide what becomes evergreen versus what stays seasonal or just one time. And then as always, for step number 6, I've given you a final BrandOptimizer.ai prompt for you there. So this moves us into a 6-step AI prompt sequence that I've given you for this AI business integration for go-to-market strategies. And this is going to allow you to instantly create your custom strategy using these prompts. So the first prompt is your strategy prompt, and that is, help me build a custom strategy for go-to-market strategy that aligns with our brand and our business goals. Prompt number 2 is your execution prompt, and that is, give me a step-by-step execution plan to implement go-to-market strategy effectively in our business. Prompt number 3 is your audit and your optimization prompt, and that is, audit our current go-to-market strategy and recommend improvements or optimizations that we should make. Prompt number 4 is your template and your tool prompt, and that is, provide a fill-in-the-blank template or a framework that I can use to create or approve upon our current go-to-market strategy. And then prompt number 5 is your role-based prompt, and that is, how should a... So then you're going to enter in your title, your position, your role, or a position within your organization. So for example, founder, CMO, or marketing manager, approach go-to-market strategies in a growing business. And then the final 6th prompt in this 6-step AI prompt sequence is your integration prompt. And that is, how does go-to-market strategy connect with or support other areas of our business like marketing, sales, or operations? So finally, here is the Brand Growth AI OS. This is an AI-powered operating system that is specifically designed to optimize your business. It is a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that integrates 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. It is designed to transform your business into a high-performance, fully optimized, and scalable operation. Each service is delivered in a structured, sequence-based framework that starts with deep diagnostics, applies proven strategic models, and then executes with AI-enabled tools and automations. Now, I prepared a short overview video of the Brand Growth AI OS that I'll queue up here in just a second, but I also want to make sure that you check out BrandIdentify.com for more information, and then also check out BrandGrowthAIOS.com as well. The Brand Growth AI OS is a complete operating system for your business. It's a proprietary 16-phase optimization and execution strategy that pulls together 60 specialized services into one unified growth engine. The entire system is designed to take your business from where it is today and transform it into a high-performance, fully optimized, and scalable operation. Now, here's the important part. This isn't just a collection of services thrown together. Every step is structured, it's sequence-based, and it follows a very specific framework. We begin with deep diagnostics, then move into proven strategy models, and then bring it all to life with AI-enabled tools and automations. Once the Brand Growth AI OS is installed inside your business, here's what you can expect. Your company will run on a streamlined, data-driven, AI-supported infrastructure. You will deliver a consistent, high-quality client experience that drives both retention and referrals. Your offers, pricing, and positioning will be optimized for your market. You'll have predictable opportunities coming in through campaigns, funnels, and content systems that are built to work together. And you, as the founder, along with your leadership team, will finally be able to focus on strategy instead of being stuck in daily execution. So let's talk about what that means for your role versus ours. Your role requires only a minimal time investment, about 15 minutes per day for quick approvals and roughly 30 minutes a week for high-level strategic reviews. That is it. Our role is to handle everything else: the audit, the strategy, the design, the build out, the optimization, and the execution of your complete Brand Growth AI OS. That way, you can stay focused on leading your business while we install the system that allows it to scale.